Good morning, class. How are you all? I hope everyone is fine and studying well at your homes. So, as you know, we have completed up to chapter 5 and we have done the question answers, we have done the practice paper 1. So, today we'll start our new chapter, chapter 6, flowers. I have seen many of you have not completed your copies and it has not come to me. Very much of you have done it and that is appreciable, but most of you have not done it. So it's a humble request, student, please complete your copy and post it in your group so that if there is any mistake I can correct it. Clear? As you know, your PT1 exams are going to be held as soon as possible, so it is very necessary that you should have the correct answers in your copy. Clear? So those who have not completed the copy, please complete it, post in the group so that I can check it. Clear? So today we'll start our new chapter, chapter 6, flowers. Flowers of all shapes and size grow around us. Flowers are the most beautiful part of the plant. Most of them have a sweet scent. Okay, we have seen the flowers. It is very clear to everyone, means it is familiar to everyone. The flowers, you have seen flowers of all shape, of size, big, small, triangle shape, many shapes it has. Yeah, many colors it have, many scents it have. The what scent the rose have, doesn't that scent the jasmine will have? Yes. So it varies from flowers to flower. It is not that they will have the similar fragrance, they will have different fragrance. Clear? Flowering and non-flowering plants. Flowering plants are flower bearing plants. They have buds that blossom into flowers. Okay, now here we are going to learn the new terms, flowering and non-flowering plants. So what are flowering plants? Flowering plants are those flower which bears are flower bearing plant. Matlab they have buds and blossom into flower. Okay, flowering plants means they will grow into the flower. They will not be as a fruit. They will grow into a flower. However, flowering flowers do not bloom throughout the year. They bloom in particular season. Okay, now it is also that the flowering flowers do not bloom every year. Means they do not grow every year. They have a season on which they grow. Okay, flowers like tulips and daffodils bloom during spring. Okay, now the tulips and daffodils, these are the two flowers which grow in spring. Marigold and sunflowers are summer flowers. So marigold and sunflowers are summer flowers. The maximum variety of flowers is seen in winter. Pansy, dahlia and jasmine are winter flowers. Okay, maximum variety of flower we see in which season? In winter season. See, in winter season we see maximum amount of flower, variety of flower, but in summer season we see only marigold and sunflower, and in spring we see tulips and daffodils. Clear? I hope up to this much it is clear to everyone. Now moving on. Rose is called the queen of flowers. It blooms throughout the year. Okay, rose. See here the picture of rose. I know everyone, most of you will have in your garden the rose flower. Yes, we all also love the rose, the color, the scent. We all love that. Yes, rose is called what? Queen of flowers. Now here the one question is made for you. Which flower is known as queen of flowers? So the answer will be, yes, very good. Rose. Rose will be the answer, and it blooms throughout the year. Okay. Now here one activity is given that you have to find out the flower's name and their shape, color, petal, aroma, and you have to write here. If you have the garden, you can go and find out the names of different flowers and fill it here as your activity. Clear, everyone? Now move to the next page. Okay, page number 34 now. Plants that do not have flowers are called non-flowering plants. Coniferous trees like pine, spruce, croton and fern are some example. Okay, plants that do not have flowers means they have only fruits. They don't come blossom like a flower. So they are called non-flowering plant. Examples are croton, spruce, pine, ferns. Okay, these are the examples of non-flowering plants. Now, how birds become seed. Now, we'll see here how birds become seed. flowers make fruits and seeds for the plants. Okay, what does the flowers do? They make fruits and seeds for the plants. Seeds मतलब बीज है ना, और fruits means जो उसका फल होता है. तो what is the work of flower? They helps to make fruits and seeds for the plant. How do they do this? Okay, now here is a question. How this is possible? How they do this? The flower birds grow from the stem of the plant. Okay, how does the flower birds grow? See, this is a bird. This grow from the stem of the plant. The bird's petals are tightly enclosed in the sepals. Okay, they are enclosed in the sepals. Sepals means okay, from where they come out. The birds from where they come out, they are grown inside that seeds. As it grows in size, it opens up and blooms as a flower. Okay, as it grows in size, it opens up and blooms into the flower. The flower later becomes fruit, and the fruit protects the seed or seeds which give birth to the new plant. As the size it grows, it opens up and blossom into the flower. Okay, it becomes the flower, and the flower which becomes the fruit. And the fruit protect the seeds, and the seed give birth to the new plant. It is clear to everyone how it works. See how it works. Then the flower bird, जो वो bird रहता है, वो कहाँ grow होता है? Stem of the plant में, ठीक है? And which is protected by sepals. Sepals protect करते हैं उनको, and it grows. As it grows in size, जब उनका size up to the maximum variety पहुंच जाता है, then it blooms into the flower, and the flower later becomes the fruit, and the fruit protects the seed, and the seed give birth to the new plant. Because you have seen if you have seen when your mama grows flowers in the garden, she uses some seeds which she distribute in the garden in the mud, and that seed becomes the plant. You might have noticed that. So the seed only help us to grow into the new plant. Clear to everyone up to this much? I hope it is clear. Now moving to the next topic, floriculture. Floriculture is growing flowers on a large scale for commercial use. What is the meaning of floriculture? It is growing flowers on the large scale for the commercial use. Clear? Come to the next page. Okay, page number 35. Here we will learn about uses of flowers. In modern times, people have sought ways to cultivate, buy, wear and be around flowers. Flowers are the source of livelihood for gardeners, florists and horticulturists. Okay, clear to everyone? In modern times, you have seen that people have sought ways to cultivate, buy, wear and be around the flowers. Okay, they have many ways so that they can be around the flowers. Flowers became the source of livelihood, means it became the source of income for florists who sells the flower. Yes, gardeners who grow the flower. Yes, horticulturists who things of the flowers. They sell the flower for the livelihood. Around the world, flowers are used in the following ways. Okay, now we'll see the following uses of the flower. What are the various uses of the flowers? Flowers are used for making garlands and bouquets. Okay, you have seen in marriages the bride and the bridegroom exchange garlands, exchange the flower. Yes, they put in one's neck and another puts in another's neck. So that is called the garland. So it is made of flower. You have seen na. So that is the use of the flowers. Yeah, bouquets. Bouquets means which you give to your teacher when there is a teacher's day, or when you go somewhere to meet someone and you give the large bunch of the flower. That is called bouquet. Flowers like rose, jasmine, chrysanthemum and tuber rose are used for these purposes. Okay, these are the flowers which are in the garlands and bouquets. Next, flowers are used in household decorations, parties and marriage ceremony. Long-stalked flowers like dahlia, rose and gladiolus are used this way. Okay, you have seen for household ceremonies also we use for the decoration. If there is a party, if there is a birthday party or if there is a marriage, most of the flowers are used in marriages because we used to decorate our house with that. So for this, which flowers are used? Dahlia, rose, gladiolus. Okay, these all flowers are used. Third point, flowers are processed to extract essential oils to manufacture perfume. Rose, jasmine and champaka are used to make perfumes. Okay, flowers are only used for making perfumes, which we use in our daily life. When we go outside for the parties or to meet anyone, we used to spray the deo on us. Now we used to spread some perfumes. Our mother gives us the perfume. From where they are made? They are made from the flowers. From where the fragrance come? The fragrance inside the scent is from the flowers like rose, jasmine, champaka, है ना? These all flowers are used for the perfumes. Next, flowers are used during festivals. They are offered to gods and goddess in temples and during prayers. Okay, you have seen during festivals or whenever you do puja archana, you have seen you offer the flowers to god or goddess. Now, then only the prayer is complete. We think in our Hindu system. So we used for flowers for the god and goddess or during the festival when there is a festival. Fifth point, flowers, petals and designs are used to make pattern on the floor called rangoli. Okay, we also make rangoli from the flowers in many houses. When there is a Diwali, Holi, any other festival, you make rangoli in your home with the flowers. Women wear flowers in their hair. Okay, gajra, I think you have heard, you might have seen in movies, or your mother would be wearing, see, like this gajra we put in juda. The girls put it in juda. In most of the marriages also you might have seen women used to wear in their hair. So they see how many uses of flowers are there. You have seen, it is used for making perfumes, it is used to make garland, it is used for making for the decoration, for the prayers, many of the uses are there of flowers. Some flowers are eaten. Banana, broccoli, pumpkin and drumstick flowers are edible flowers. Okay, now these flowers are what? Edible flowers. They are used to eat, like banana, broccoli, pumpkin, drumstick. Drumstick means munga, which we call in Hindi munga. That is used as edible flowers. We can eat it. Clear to everyone? Now move to the next page. People decorate their houses with paintings, tiles and motifs of flowers. They also wear jewelry and clothes that have floral print. Okay, people used to decorate their house. We have seen in previous page. They used to decorate their house with the painting, tiles and moths. And they also wear jewelry, clothes that have the floral print. Means they have the print of the, you might also have the floral print dress. Yes, so that is used for the floral pattern. Hair dyes like palash and tissue made from flower extract. Okay, hair dyes are also made from the flower extract, which we put on our hair for coloring our hair, so that there would be no reaction. So that's why the flowers are used. The great variety of delicate, beautiful flowers inspire the works of the poets and artists. Okay, many of the poets and artists write the poems on the flowers. You have heard the daffodils. One poem was there in the literature book. It is there in 9th class, I think. So there many of the poets or artists used the flower to make their stories, make the beautiful poems. Okay, so next, flowers are dried to make scented potpourri. Okay, potpourri, see here is the image. It is used for making scented potpourri. Flowers are used for offering at funerals. Okay, when we go to somebody's death, then also we offer the flowers. So it is also used in funerals. So you have seen how many uses are of flowers. There are many uses of flowers we have seen in our daily life. So today we'll do up to here the uses of flowers. We have seen it. I hope it is clear to everyone. If you have any difficulty, you are very free to ask me in the group. If you have any doubts, you can ask there. Until then, take care of yourself, stay safe, stay healthy, stay at your homes. Thank you, class. Have a good day.